Jeff is planning to purchase an SUV. He does some research and finds that the Cullen dealership has 4 models of SUV for sale, and each can be ordered in one of 2 colors. The Austin & Co. dealership has 3 SUV models, but each can be ordered in one of 3 different colors. In how many ways can Jeff purchase his new SUV and pick its color? Okay. Now, we could draw a tree diagram out for something like this, but let's focus on language to help us sort out what needs to be done. So what is Jeff doing? Okay. Jeff needs to purchase an SUV and pick its color. Okay. So that and there tells me there's going to be sort of choices in sequence. First we pick the model, and then we'll pick the color. And that to me invokes the multiplication rule. Okay, so number of choices for SUV times number of choices for color. Okay, but the 2 different dealerships have different numbers of SUVs and different numbers of color. So before we actually pick our SUV and our color, first, okay, Jeff must choose which dealership to pick from. Okay. So either we can go with Cullen dealership or Austin & Co. And that or tells me, let's split the problem up into buying an SUV at the Cullen dealership, and the other case, buying an SUV at the Austin & Co. dealership, and adding up the results. And when we do that, we know how many SUVs there are at the Cullen dealership. There's 4 different models, okay, and 2 different choices of color. So the multiplication rule comes in and says, okay, 4 times 2, 8 different ways to pick an SUV at the Cullen dealership. Okay. For Austin & Co., there's 3 SUV models. And then we pick our color, so we multiply. Multiplication rule comes into play. Okay, times 3 different colors. Okay. And that gives us 9 ways to buy an SUV in the Jeff chose Austin & Co. situation. Okay. He can't buy an SUV at both of them. He's only buying one SUV. So that gives us 8 at Cullen plus 9 different ways at Austin & Co. And that gives a total of 17 different ways for Jeff to purchase his SUV. Okay. All we had to do was break it down using language, understanding what Jeff needed to do, what choices needed to be he needed to make, and how many choices he had for each option.